Happening today, a Memphis community gathers to celebrate the life of Tyree Nichols, who died after he was brutally beaten by police. Plus, a Florida law limiting what can be taught about race inside schools, how one professor is going outside the classroom to continue teaching black history. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Let's go right to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Julian Seawright has a look at your first warm weather. It's like a tropical heat wave out there.
The rest of today is going to honestly feel a bit more like that heat wave, like Mark had said. Temperatures already into what it feels like a heat wave. It's 20 degrees right now. We're going to slide into those lower 20s throughout the rest of this afternoon, especially with sunshine really going to keep us feeling rather toasty since it's been so cold for the last 2 days. Taking a look at temperatures around southern Wisconsin as we get into the noon hour. It is about 19 degrees for Monroe and for Janesville, for Platteville, and to our friends to the further east, well, 25 degrees apiece for Milwaukee and 124 degrees for Kenosha. Wind speeds are not too breezy, at least for us here in Madison, at 7 miles as of right now, but 14 miles for Monroe and 10 miles for Platteville. Again, wind chills are kind of the big story for us, and they're going to be even more so later into the week. But right now, it's only feeling about 11 degrees outside, so not too much of a dramatic drop. But because of that bitterly cold that we're going to be seeing, well, we're going to dive more into our alert day, which is going to be for our late Thursday night and for Friday. So we're going to be seeing wind chill values near 30 degrees below zero heading into our early Friday morning. We'll have more details about this coming up in a few moments. Until then, back to you, Mark.
All right, enjoy it while you can, I guess. Thanks, Julian. New at noon, a newspaper delivery worker was arrested for allegedly stealing thousands of dollars worth of checks from Madison mailboxes on his route. Investigators say the 58-year-old Wanakee man would take the checks, alter them, then cash them in. He's accused of stealing more than $10,000. The man is facing tentative charges of multiple counts of theft and forgery. More charges could come if more victims come forward. Funeral services are being held in Memphis today for Tyree Nichols. Nichols died last month after he was brutally beaten by police after a traffic stop. During a press conference last night, Nichols' family and friends say they are focused on celebrating his life, even as they continue to fight for justice. The funeral follows revelations that 4 of the 5 fired Memphis police officers facing murder charges for his death had been reprimanded or suspended in the past. The Memphis Police Department says it will release more audio and video of the violent encounter after its investigation concludes in the coming weeks. Well, today marks the start of Black History Month in Wisconsin and across the country. This is a live look from the state capitol, where the Wisconsin Black Legislative Caucus is kicking off the month with a celebration. Each February, communities across the U.S. take time to observe, honor, and celebrate the achievements of Black Americans throughout history and in the present day. In Florida, Black History Month will look very different this year. Last year, the state's Republican governor signed legislation that restricts certain race-based conversations in schools and businesses. But Christian Benavides tells us one retired professor has vowed to keep teaching uncomfortable truths.
The first time I came out here.
For Dr. Marvin Dunn, the town of Rosewood is hallowed ground, the site of one of the worst race massacres in Florida history. In 1923, a white mob burned down a thriving black community. Rosewood is one of the stops on Dunn's Teach the Truth tour. High school student Janiyah Spivey took the tour in January.
They kind of made me angry because these black people, they didn't deserve being killed.
Dunn, a retired professor at Florida International University, started the tours after Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law called the Individual Freedom Act, limiting what can be taught about race.
You're afraid that they're not being taught this in the classroom.
I know that they're not being taught this in the classroom. They're not being taught any kind of history, black history, that could possibly embarrass or make a white person feel guilty.
The law, referred to as the Stop Woke Act by its supporters, says an individual should not be made to feel guilt, anguish, or other forms of psychological distress based on past actions by members of the same race.
The state law has created confusion over what educators can say about race.
Florida's education department recently rejected an advanced placement African American studies course, citing in part lessons on reparations, the Black Lives Matter movement, and Black gender and sexuality.
We want education, not indoctrination.
The law has also been cited in the removal of books, including Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye, from school libraries in Pinellas County.
Right now, Florida is the least free state in the union, where they're trying to limit information available to children and to their parents.
Last fall, a federal judge paused the law's implementation in public colleges and universities. No matter the final outcome, Dunn says he will keep teaching the history he feels all Florida students should know. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
The College Board released the framework of the AP African American Studies course today. The CEO of the College Board wrote, quote, "This course is an unflinching encounter with the facts and evidence of African American history and culture." Well, for the second straight year to the day, legendary quarterback Tom Brady says he's retiring from the NFL. The seven-time Super Bowl champion posted a 53-second video on social media this morning announcing the news. Brady thanked his family, friends, teammates, and competitors. He played in the NFL for 23 seasons, 20 of them with New England and 3 with Tampa Bay. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The tech sector continues to lay off workers, and Nike sues Lululemon. That's coming up in the Money Watch report.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Surgenian's 93-year history means you pay $93 for installation no matter how many rooms you carpet. Get carpet and pad in your old carpet removed and recycled. Our competitors can't match it. Ask about 12-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds, all under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Experience the great outdoors at the Alliant Energy Center, Friday through Sunday, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Do you feel stuck living in a cold and drafty home? Well, there's a better solution than just turning up the heat. Because heating your home is by far the most expensive part of your energy bills. At USA Insulation, we fix cold homes. Most houses are built with builder's grade insulation. So when we fill your walls with our high efficiency foam, your house stays warm without turning up the heat, which saves you a lot of money. So call now and save up to 30% with the brand new energy credit.
USA Insulation.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Today, President Biden has his first White House meeting with new Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. One of the most pressing items on the agenda is raising the country's debt limit. McCarthy has said he wants a reasonable agreement that includes spending cuts. The White House is pushing for more specifics from the California Republican. After the country hit the limit earlier last month, the U.S. Treasury announced it was taking extraordinary measures to avoid default. That bought some time and gives Congress until June to act. Layoffs in the tech sector continue. This time, PayPal says it will cut around 7% of its workforce, which is roughly 2,000 employees over the next several weeks. The digital payment company cites the challenging macroeconomic environment for its decision. PayPal is the parent company of payment apps Venmo and Zoom, among others. And Nike is suing Lululemon for unspecified damages related to the design of at least 4 of the Canada-based apparel company's sneakers. In a Manhattan court filing, Nike alleges patent infringement and claims it has suffered economic harm and irreparable injury from Lululemon's sale of its Charge Feel Mid, Charge Feel Low, Bliss Feel, and Strong Feel shoes. Lululemon gave statements to multiple news organizations saying it looks forward to proving its case in court. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Dan Lieberman.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial's down 358 points. The NASDAQ off 32. The S&P 500 down 21. Our call for action: volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call right now for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. And Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2023 is now taking nominations. From now until February 28th, you can nominate any geographically local people, places, or things to do in a wide variety of categories. You can vote once per day in each category per valid email address. Up to 6 top vote getters in each category will become finalists in round 2. The final voting period is from June 1st to the 30th. Head to channel3000.com to pick your nominees. My last name is spelled K-O-E-H-N. Mark. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices. Julian has your first warn weather. And then today on Live Before, we'll find out why more and more vacationers are prioritizing sustainability. We'll see you at 4.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming, so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Drew Carey brings The Price is Right to the Jennifer Hudson Show.
The better you do, the closer you get the putt from.
This is intense. And I'm so happy to sit down with Storm Reed.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Will spring come early this year? You want to hear what Jimmy the Groundhog has to say.
Tomorrow we're live in Sun Prairie for the Furry Forecaster's Groundhog Day prediction.
And temperatures aren't bad for now, but another Arctic blast on the way. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yaki from the Midwest Farm Report on this balmy Wednesday.
I know, I'm really looking forward to those temperatures next week, but I'll take what we got today, and the sun shines out, which makes it a little bit easier, too. Got a little heavy lifting we've got to do today as far as information for both farmers and consumers. So, starting off with a report that came out yesterday from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. We all witnessed the dry weather that a lot of farmers face, especially in the Central Plains and the Southwest last year. They decided they had to market a lot of their beef cows. USDA says now our beef cows, the mama cows that are out there, are down 4% compared to a year ago. The calf crop, the baby calves that are out there, that number's down 2%. Why do I bring it up? Well, it could put our Wisconsin beef producers in a little bit of a better situation. We had water, we had pasture, we have the animals. On the consumer side, we're already hearing rumors in the marketplace that because of this decline in beef production, we're going to have to start importing beef. That's something we're going to have to monitor, and it's something that may impact you at the grocery store. Beef is very long-term as far as how long it takes it to recover from these kinds of losses. So unlike birds, poultry, where we can have new birds into a facility in 45 to 60 days, cows or the beef cattle herd, that's going to take a lot longer to rebuild. So just know that that's going on. Talked this morning with U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin about an announcement yesterday that was made. U.S. Trade Representative Catherine Tighes decided they are going to challenge Canada over its allocation of tariff rate quotas for dairy products. This is part of the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Our Wisconsin dairy industry happy to see they're still going to be pressing that issue. So, like I said, a couple of heavy-duty items that I want to make sure everybody is aware of. Barrel cheese today up 1/4 cent at $1.58 1/4. 40-pound block cheese up 2.5, $1.89 1/2. While double A butter finishes 2.5 cents higher today, $2.33 per pound. And now we'll be catching up with folks starting tomorrow and Friday at the Wisconsin Corn Soy Expo, Kalahari Resort in Wisconsin Dells. If you're going to be there, listen up for Farm Bay because I've got a couple of signed duties. Tomorrow's also the beginning of the Grassworks Grazing Conference. That'll be going on just up the road at the Chula Vista Resort. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So never a dull moment in the farm department. I'll have to catch up with you next week.
All right, enjoy the Dells.
Thank you.
All right, Pam. Here's Julia now with the full forecast.
Well, as Pam had mentioned, we are wonderfully blessed with having some sunshine for our Wednesday. Outside of it, though, these temperatures aren't feeling too bad now that we did have temperatures that were feeling like the single digits, and on top of it, well below zero. 20 degrees feels a bit more like a 35 degrees for us around this time of year. The sunshine is going to stick around throughout the rest of this afternoon. Heading into tonight, we're going to be having some clear skies as well, which is going to be great news as we are going to be having a great opportunity for those who want to check out the comet. We'll get to that in just a moment. But right now, wind chills are feeling like the lower teens throughout Madison and Lone Rock and areas towards Boscobel, and about 9 degrees for Platteville. So still feels rather chilly if you get hit with any kind of bursts of some windfall. But outside of that, tonight we're looking at temperatures to fall into the middle teens. It's not going to be as cold as it was for last night, which is still steady improvement until we get into our Thursday nights. Now again, tonight's going to be our best opportunity for those who want to be able to see the rare green comet. Tonight will be the closest it's going to be to the Earth, and if you are going to be looking out with either binoculars or with the telescope, make sure that you are looking north. That's where you're going to be able to see this comet that only comes apparently once every 50,000 years, and if you don't catch it, well, hopefully you can time travel to the next 50,000 years to be able to see it. Outside of that, so let's get into our alert day. Thursday nights and for Friday, we are looking for temperatures to plunge once again as polar air is going to be rolling its way into the upper Midwest, bringing wind chill values between 15 to 30 degrees near below zero. And that's going to be occurring once we get into our Friday morning. So we are going to be seeing once again that dip in our jet stream, entering in that cold Arctic blast throughout the upper Midwest, which is going to be lasting from Thursday night into Friday. But the good news is heading into the weekend, we're looking for things to really improve. Temperatures will be bouncing back into those lower 30s, and heading into next week, it's going to be even better. But until then, this is how our Wednesday is going to pan out. Clear skies for the most part, lower 20s. Tonight, we're going to be into the teens. Transitioning into Thursday morning is going to be a cold one, but not as cold as it was for this morning. Still plenty of sunshine throughout the day, and then a shift from the northerly winds going to be dropping our temperatures once we get into Thursday night. Cloud cover will start to build, but what's really going going to happen is the overnight is where we're going to see the concern. Temperatures, which is going to feel like with those wind chills coming in from 15 to near 30 degrees below zero by the time we're heading out the door for our Friday morning. So make sure that you're layering up once again for Friday morning, because things are going to get very bitterly cold once again. But then, as I mentioned, we're going to be rebounding once we get into our weekend. Lower 30s for Saturday, mid to upper 30s from Sunday to Monday. Even have a chance to see some rain. We haven't seen that in a little while, but we have the opportunity for some mixes for next week and potentially some snow for some areas. But overall, we are finally going to be getting a nice little burst of some warmth that we can call around this time of year of 30-degree temperature, Mark.
That will be good. Can you see the comet with your naked eye, or do you need binoculars?
You're going to need binoculars for it because it's still so far out, but if you have super sharp eyes, I guess you can catch
well,
it.
Then I'm not going to. I'll have to get the binoculars out. Yep. All right, Julian, thank you. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, and he's got a Rise and Shine muffin to go with Jimmy and his groundhog cohorts around the country tomorrow morning.
I want to give you a heads up that tomorrow is Groundhog Day. So after you get up and make your morning coffee, you're going to want to see if Punxsutawney Phil sees his shadow. Let's hope he doesn't, so we can say goodbye to winter. And while you're waiting, we have a Rise and Shine muffin that'll go perfect with your coffee. We start out by mixing together some melted butter, a bit of milk, an egg, and a splash of vanilla until they're well combined. Now, to that, we add our dry ingredients, which is simply some flour, sugar, baking powder, and a touch of salt. Once the batter is smooth, we gently stir in some fresh raspberries, and we want to be careful not to break them up. And now for the part that turns ordinary muffins into extraordinary muffins. After we spoon the batter into muffin cups, we top these with a mixture we made by combining some flour and brown sugar with a bit of melted butter. And don't be surprised if everyone begins sticking their heads out of their bedroom doors while these are baking. No, they're not looking for their shadow, but wondering what smells so darn good. Of course, it'll be these raspberry streusel muffins. And like always, the recipe's online, which is perfect no matter how many more weeks of winter lie ahead. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we discovered muffins that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, are ooh, it's so good.
Afternoon, Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council shows us some healthier meals made with lean beef. There she is. Look at the recipes when we come back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing. Woo! Any first item removed, just $49.
Don't you wish you could wave a magic wand and have whiter teeth? Well, you can, but it's not magic. It's power swabs. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes and boom, whiter teeth and a better smile. And since you're not dealing with messy trays or awkward strips, you're less vulnerable to the harsh sensitivity they sometimes create.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The power swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
It's so simple and easy. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and I noticed that they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used power swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
It only takes 5-minute applications to get a brighter, whiter smile with power swabs. You just snap, swab, and smile. Power swabs have been clinically studied to whiten natural teeth and remove stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so powerful, it removes stains from coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my power swabs and eliminate the staining.
When I use the power swabs, I applied it directly to my front tooth where the coffee stain was.
I like being able to individually get at the teeth, and most importantly, it got kind of in between the grooves.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not really seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth this Valentine's Day by ordering power swabs and receive 50% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you'll receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing. Woo! Any first item removed, just $49.
Welcome back. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is here with some healthy beef recipes approved by the American Heart Association.
Right, yeah. So we have a collection of 20 recipes approved by the American Heart Association. So using lean beef cuts that can fit into a healthy lifestyle, healthy diet, of course incorporating them, you know, watch your serving size, incorporating them with a lot of fruits, vegetables, whole grains. But yeah, you know, we've kind of, beef's always gotten that bad
Oh yeah, you can't have beef.
stigma. Because it's red beef, but actually beef is lean. We've created, you know, we're producing leaner cattle with great genetics and nutrition and technology, and yeah, 36 cuts.
Wow.
So it's a majority of what we find in the supermarket, and we like to say a nice tip is look for loin or round in the name, because the rounds are really lean. Not as tender, but, and then also ground beef too. So if you want to look for the American Heart Association approved like fat percentage, you want to stick to 93% or leaner.
Okay. And we got some meatloaf.
So, yeah, so I made a meatloaf. So I went through so we have a collection of the 20 recipes. I went through and I'm like, okay, which ones would be good for our weather we're having this week? So I picked this meatloaf, and it's a Greek flavored. So it's kind of a traditional recipe, but then it's got some Greek seasoning in it. And then, you know, just traditional meatloaf. But what makes this really good is this kind of a dipping sauce instead of, you know, your traditional ketchup, brown sugar glaze. I have Greek low-fat or non-fat yogurt mixed with some more of that Greek seasoning, and then some diced cucumber to eat with the hot meatloaf, and it is really good.
A little Greek salad here?
And then I just whipped up a little salad to put on the side. But yeah, you know, if you are looking to take it. If you are looking to eat healthy, you can still have a great meatloaf recipe. I did this in the oven, like a traditional meatloaf, about an hour, but we do have the instant, or the electric pressure cooker recipe instructions with that too. So if you want to cut your time down.
We got a minute left. Pot roast can be healthy.
So pot roast, it's chuck roast. It's not loin or round, but this is American Heart Association certified recipe. Kind of a nice pot roast recipe, all do it in one pot, but I braised it in apple cider and beef broth with a little onion and a little fresh thyme. So apple cider is a little bit different flavor. Then with a half an hour left, I added some sweet potatoes. So I peeled them and diced them, put them in, cooked in another 30 minutes, pulled those out, pulled the pot roast out, drained some fat, and then made a gravy. And then into the sweet potatoes, I mashed them with ginger and maple syrup.
Wow.
And they're very, very good. Serve with a little green vegetable, serve with the gravy. And it's American Heart Association certified pot roast recipe, perfect for the weather we're having
That is perfect.
right now. BeefTips.com, we link to the whole collection of all the AHA recipes, and then I've got some other great links too if you're looking for specific nutrition information, some fact sheets and whatnot, you know, if you're still on your New Year's resolution.
BeefTips.com.
Yeah, BeefTips.com.
Angie, thank you.
You're
Here's
welcome.
Julian, one final check of the forecast.
Well, walking through for the next couple of days, at least the weather's not going to be too bad for today or even for Groundhog Day. The next couple of hours, temperatures will still be into the 20s with plenty of sunshine. It's going to be pretty much the same for Thursday as well. Friday, however, things are going to change. Temperatures will be in the single digits throughout the day part. We will still see some sunshine, which is going to be our alert day, though, because wind chill values could reach near 30 degrees below zero throughout the morning. This weekend, though, folks, is something to be delightful for us. We're having 30s return to our forecast.
All right, we'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.